Well then, I thought I pressed the freaking button. Apparently I didn't. Thank you, JC. There's a button over here that says mute/unmute. I pressed it before I started streaming. I then pressed it again, to unmute myself, but apparently I didn't. Bola ladas! Halloween is over. Take off the mask. My glasses broke. The ones for my other normal disguise. So, you gotta deal with this for now. Oh ho ho. Oh hello. Ah, there's no freaking guns. You call BS. No, I literally... Okay, so... If you didn't see, I was wearing some plastic glasses for my original disguise. And so what happened is, with my original disguise... okay, so it had an airline pilot's hat, some plastic shades, and what else it's called? A fake beard. Hello. 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 Oh, by the way, why does it say you're invisible? I forgot to change it. So basically, I have to keep my computer on all night because of the NPM server. Well, I don't like the sound of that. Oh, yeah, so when I go offline, I turn myself to invisible because I've got to keep my computer on, but I usually forget to close Discord. Although I could just set a custom status to say sleeping, do not freaking disturb. Hey, how are ya? How are you, Larry? Oh. Fry the D-boy! Oh, he's back, he's back, he's back! Hey, how are you, Larry? How are ya? Not today, thank you! So, how are you, doggo? Oh, I don't like the sound of that either. You know, I don't have a high enough card to get over there. Just thought you wanted to know. It's a good idea to know. So currently my two options are either A, upgrade my card, or B, you two kill me. Yeah, you know I have no escape right now, right? My literal escape is yep. YOLO! Aw. Well. Here, you know what? I'm now online. Oh, It Focus. It Focus. Thank you for the follow. Wow, Thank you. Alright, well. It's the salad man. See? Alright, well. Let's see. One viewer. Dang it, I need 3. Nah. If I at least have... So, basically, with 3 viewers, I'm able... minimum of 3 viewers per stream for an entire month. I will get affiliate. If I get affiliate... So wait, when are you get new glasses? Will you take the mask off? When I get new glasses, yes. But then I'm going to put on the other disguise. Anyways, as I was saying, so as you can see in my title, I'm trying to get affiliate. Which means I need a minimum of 3 viewers in a month. So, basically, if I get affiliate, channel upgrades! Which is awesome, because channel upgrades means more things for you all to do. What? Wait, what was his name? Edgelord is a salad. The bowl of lettuce is not going to be happy with your name. I hate you that you don't take off suits. I don't take them off because I'm not going to show my face yet. I'm waiting for something more special to happen. I've said maybe 500 followers. That's probably not happening. So, yeah. Anyways. Oh, wow. Well, might as well be the first sub to you when people can sub. Yeah. Yep, basically. I'll tell you this. I don't know if it's going to be like 200 followers on Twitch or 1,000,000 subscribers on YouTube. I can tell you that much. Just keep streaming and work on personality. You'll get 500 followers easy. Yeah, that's what I try to do. I mean, I try to stay, what's the word? Energetic? I can't remember the word. I almost said I can't forget the word. But I have. So, what was the word? I can't remember. And yeah. Of course you do, JC. I can't remember. I can't remember the word, but I try to focus on my chat more than anything. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah, I can't. Alright, yeah, oh. Good job, bowl of lettuce. See ya, Edge. You know, it's funny. I still have my candy bag from the Halloween thing. I got Swedish fish. I've got Reese's Pieces, or Reese's at least. Reese's peanut butter cup. I got... There's a supply around here. I have to do this. Oh, hair got into my mouth. Candy will last long, yes. I hear shooting! Whoa, yeah, what happened? Oh, come on. Ammo. Alright, cleared the area. Ugh. YOLO! I can't see! Oh. Oh, is there one it might be the spy. Oh, hi, doggo. Hi, how are you? Oh! I think your friend's being blown up over there. Oh! Hi, doggo. How are you? I'd prefer not dying today. Oh yeah, I forgot GH is streaming Jackbox. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember now. Yeah, I joined it. Ah, dang it. Yeah, I joined into the one of the last round of press the button. Well, would you look at that? I'm at 3 viewers. That's good. Anyways, this mask gets foggy sometimes, but what you gonna do? Yeah, where is he? Oh my gosh. You can't be serious. They're never gonna find him. They are literally never gonna find him. I'm probably just gonna have a piece of candy, cause candy. Yeah, not a fan of Snickers. Starburst, maybe. Yeah, I forgot to tell you I got raided by Tifu once. Tifu. That name sounds familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. Ooh, Butterfingers. I can't remember the last time I had one, so let's see if I still like them. Yeah, the name rings a bell, but it doesn't ring too many bells. I don't have a Milky Way. Alright, well. Yeah, I ran out of. People don't do Milky. There's not really any more Milky Ways for me. I mean, I didn't eat any. So. Ugh. Tfue was known as the best person at Fortnite. I thought that was Ninja. Also, who cares about Fortnite? That's my question. Ugh. Alright. Give me a moment. Alright. But I got rated with 200k, I think. When did this happen? Because right now I'm not buying it. Whatsoever. Yesterday, huh? Mm-hmm. Yes, I like candy. You'll be alright. Here, I'm gonna quickly go to your most recent stream. Which is literally 4 minutes long. Yeah, I thought so. Where's my water bottle? What the? Okay. I've now misplaced my water bottle. Yep. I had a few. Oh, wait. It was underneath my candy bag. Lots of water. Alright, well. Yeah. Don't ask me how I'm this. I'm super. And don't ask how. Don't ask how I'm super smart. Don't ask how I'm so smart like that. Well. Alright, and. Alright, I'm back. Don't worry, you're messy. You're messy too. Yeah. Oh. Oh. It's now 2 Chaos, 1 MTF, and 2 SCPs. Loss. Death. It's a loss. They lost. Alright, hold on. Hold on, I got a hair in my mouth again. I don't know how. I seriously don't know how these things just find their way literally anywhere. Oh, stretch out the beak a little more. And put my mask back on. Because I am the cure to your smartness. If you have intelligence, I'm the cure to that. Alright. I've got some scissors here. It has a poppable cap here that leads to the screws. I want to unscrew it. That's what she said. What? Hello, fellow forget about the birds. How are you today? This isn't the way I know it. I absolutely know it. So, yesterday... Hello. Oh, no! No. Oh, I'll be the bait. I'm the bait, boys! I'm the bait! Oh, we're stuck in here. Yeah. Yep. But we're the bait. The SCPs will come over here and get stuck. No, I don't. I don't want to. I want to be the bait so the SCPs get stuck in here so we can kill them. I can't! Friendly fire's off. Hey, how are ya? I am the bait! Come join us, bait. Yes! Party! It's a party, boys! Woo! Waste as much ammo so that when we die, we don't drop a bunch of ammo. Oh my gosh, Doggo's here! Dog, you're stuck! Doggo is stuck! Doggo is stuck, yes! Yeah, we did it! Yeah! I loved being bait. You decided to join us in the glitch. 939 has successfully been contained. It's impossible to escape this containment. Oh my gosh, he threw a grenade in it. Yes, destroy the dog. It's a glitch. Oh, yes, we successfully contained Doggo. You all know how that glitch works, right? We contained Doggo! We have contained Doggo. Do you guys know how the glitch works at all? And they're about to kill him. There goes 939. Ready? Ready? Ah! Ah! I want somebody else to hop in it. Wait, hold on. What's the server round? Random round. Okay, here. If you take these keys, I'm pretty sure they're all the same. It looks the same to me. You are able to do. I don't know how you enter it in. This is the seed to get that glitch. We successfully contained Doggo with a glitch. Is there? Yeah, there is an 079. Oh boy. I'm confused. Oh wow. Uh-oh. No! 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 Oh well. Alright, connecting to game. Come on. Sweet. Oh, sweet. Dee boy, dee boy, dee boy, da boy, dee boy, da boy, da boy, da boy, boy, da boy, boy. Hello, 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 hello. Yes, I would like to order an extra large cheeseburger. And I would pick an extra large cheeseburger. Make that with a tiny shake and a giant soda the size of Texas. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Hello. Well, I would like to order an extra large shake. I'd also like to order a cheeseburger. Can I get a cheeseburger, please? Um, uh, Amazing, the game crashed for me. Yeah, I think it did for me too. I'm assuming that's what it is, so I've joined a different server. I can't wait to get channel points. Yeah, you get that with affiliate, I'm pretty sure. Haha. I just want to upgrade my quarter. I want to put it to very fine. Because why not? Well then. Hana, 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 hana. It's a quarter! I thought this was a quarter machine! Hello. I'm gonna be stuck here for the rest of my life. Hello. Yes. I'm going to put it into the machine on very fine, because why not? Please no. I just spawned in like 2 minutes ago. Oh, dang it. The doggo is stuck. Oh, of course. Of course. Of course. Great. Oh. What? Pulling out my leg rest and laying back. Ah, this is nice. Well, time to get back up and continue watching. The stupidities of game. Oh my. Oh, that's right. These things. Okay, how many 049s did that make? Oh my god. I mean, that could make like 5 if you include me. Yeah. You know, on these types of servers with so many plugins, it's annoying because of the fact that, what's it called? I can't remember. I forgot again. My memory is decaying very quickly. Alright. Okay. Well then. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So many doctors! Of course. I mean, okay. I'm just going to start rereading chat. Huh. No, we're good. Oh. Restart. Oh, rip. Well then. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just sitting here. You know what? I'm just gonna look through Twitch as I do this. Oh hey, 102 followers. Cool. 1,000 views. How'd I get 1,000 views? Oh, well then. I'm good. Inventory overload. Alright, I'm ready. I'm prepared. Let's go. Cause screw life. I don't like the look of that. I'll go check. I'll go check. Back up in a moment. Hello, are there any doctors down here? Oh, hey, how are you, friend? Yeah, here, let me help. Yep, you're welcome. Oh, hey, there's an MTF. Sweet. Oh, hey, there's somebody else to join the team. Hello. No. No. I know you might hate me because you were MTF, but no. Oh, time to find more MTF. Dang, this server doesn't have the glitch. Oh, hey, doctors, how are ya? La da 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 da. I don't know what I'm singing. I feel like playing Universe. Of course, you always feel like playing Universe Sandbox. I should use the micro so nobody gets hurt. Nah. Oh, that's an elevator. I don't know where I'm going. That's why I started the game, yes. Yeah, I know. Oh, hey, how are you? No. No, I don't want to have to shoot you. I'm trying to be friends here. Alright. Sweet. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Nope, nobody in there. We're good. These servers, you can't. Do-do-do-do. Hello, hello. Oh, oh, okay. Okay. Oh, hey, doctor, how, oh. And he can't even revive me. Of course. Great. He killed me, but he didn't res me. No. What's this? Cool. I don't know what else to say here. Uh, potato. I don't know what to say. Oh, are you serious? Why? No. Skizzers. Because that's exactly what they are. Skizzers. I wonder if I have any Smarties left. That's Starburst. Oh, look at that. Alright, well, that's fun. I could have the Reese's. Maybe not. How many 049s are there? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 of them. Okay. Got 3 to go. Let's see. How many 049-2s are there? 1, 2, 3. Alright, there's 3. There's 3 and 3. Sweet. It's kind of eerily quiet. I don't know what to say. Cap talk was on. I hate caps lock. Do-do. do 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 do. Oh, there it is. Do 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 Hey, I got it! Whoa! The cap of the scissors fell off and I can't find it. But I don't care. Well, this is fun, isn't it? There's 1, 2, 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. How is this man still alive? He's only a cadet. Cadets are usually the first ones to die because they're cadets. You know, imagine if this was how incompetent MTF were in real life, if the SCP Foundation actually existed. If they were this incompetent, I'm pretty sure we would all be dead right now. Hacks. Why did it say hacks? Oh, they caught up to you. Kill the MTF. Oh, nope, he's dead. Woo! Spam the keys. Yes. Well. Well, I don't know what to say here. You know what? Boom. I'm now streaming on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, Discord, Steam, and Steam again. No, that's 6. I can't count today. SCPSL is great game. I rate it 25 out of 27, 25, 22 things. Hey, we're about to go. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Dang, no gun. Hi, I just started watching this. Oh, well, hello, friend. Welcome to my stream. I hope you enjoy it because I always hope. I can't talk today. Yeah, welcome, friend. Welcome. Oh, time to get it. Oh, 5. Da 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 da. Oh, I can disarm a D-boy. Hey, you. What's the square root of 36? You're... No, it's 6. Oh, I choose you to take with me. I know, I said I choose to take you with me. You come with me. That boy gets to die. So yeah, you're safe. No. Oh, great. I know. Hey! 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 Hey, what are you? Okay, time to run, time to run. No! Run! Okay. I ask every live streamer this, but what do you... will you put this on YouTube? Yes. Oh, no! Yes, this does go on YouTube. I'm currently streaming on YouTube, Mixer... No! I'm right here! Oh, he's right here! Oh ho ho! I'm screwed! Don't worry, I know I'm screwed. I'm gonna keep running. Don't you like it when you have a good chase? Yay! I love people doing this. Thanks. Hey, no problem, friend. So basically what I do is I stream on YouTube, Mixer, Twitter, no, not Twitter, Twitch, and Steam. And so then when I finish that stream, it's uploaded immediately to my YouTube channel, which is why I'm currently thinking of making a second one. So yeah, immediately uploaded to my YouTube channel, and because it's immediately uploaded, people can watch it then. Anyways, what else happens is I record these streams and I save them to my drive. And so then I take those streams and edit them down into funny moments, basically. Yay! So I can see your YouTube account tomorrow. Yep. Dang it! We should press the button. Yep. No. Yeah. I don't know. But it. Oh, okay. Oh, hey Larry, how are ya? Sweet. Oh, hey Doggo, how are ya? We friends here? We friends? Sweet. I hope. You know what? Just for the SCP's safety, I'm going to throw this into the void. Prepare to be gone, micro thing. My friend's Craft Loyal will come here soon. My friend Craft Loyal. Oh, alright. Okay, I didn't understand at first, but now I understand. Your friend Craft Loyal is going to join. Alright, that makes more sense than I was thinking. Dang it! Dang it! I'm not a fan. Alright, well. Oh, this reminds me I've got so many projects to work on. Thankfully, not school projects. Thankfully. Although I still need to finish the school project. Alright, let's see. I don't know where I'm going. I am Craft Loyal. I just joined. Ah, hello. Yes, I can see. Oh, what's that? What's that? Craft Loyal, thank you for the follow. It's much appreciated, friend. We just recently hit 100 followers, so that's always exciting. I don't know where to go. You know what? Because why not? Because I'm just thinking, why not? Doesn't look very operational to me. You're actually brothers. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. What's the oh, wow for? I don't know what the oh, wow is for. Hello? Don't tell them that. Hello? Hello? Yeah, well, now your secret is safe with me. You! Fool! I think one of these is a trank. Boys, I got a trank! Hello, friend. Oh, wow. I don't like the sound of Tesla gates. Whoa, I'm jumping around because I don't know what else to do with my life. Oh, phew! He said, oh, wow, because he does not get his Twitch name called out much. Ah. D-Boys! D-Boys! Yes, follow me! Woo! I'm losing my voice as well. Oh, hey, doggo. We found some D-Boys if you want want a meal. I'll go turn off the nuke. Turning off the nuke, but no, that's not why. Then tell him why. Oh. Great. One of these. Oh. You don't know, huh? Cool. You don't know what I'm doing either, so... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just jumping around. This is a nice red light thingy. I didn't send that down. Fine. Bummer. Oof. Now, I've recently been seeing this called the the term "okay boomer." Fudge. I thought it was over. So I've been hearing recently the term "okay boomer." This thing. Oh, still have caps locks on. Turning that off. Funny thing, Ben, I made a probe in Universe Sandbox that has a gravitational pull strong enough to... Hey! Pull the UI Scooty. I don't know what that is. And then Twitch icons. Ooh. Wish I could spin around in this chair. I got a news to pick with you. You like Twitch? Neat. So do I. But in case of problems with Twitch, I've got backups like YouTube and Mixer. In fact, they're not even backups. I'm just streaming on them right now. The more places I stream, the better, because more people that will find me. When people find me, that's great, because then, well, it's more fun to have with viewers. And then more people can find me because more people can find me because I'll be higher up on the lists because of how many viewers I currently have. And then because I have more people watching me, and I can talk with more people. It's just a continuous cycle. Spin in the chair and knock down the green screen. I can't reach it. Where's my hydro flask? And it's not a hydro flask. You know, it's not a hydro flask. It's a thermal flask. Yo, what's up? Yeah, you can come in, D-boys. I don't have a gun, sadly. I'm just after your what's it called? Not money, but ammo. That's oh hey. That's cool. Yoo-hoo. Alright, 05, here we come! Alright, I'm getting 2 different readings here, so... Sweet. Hello. I'm good. What is it? Oh. What is it? What is it? Well then. Wasn't me. I don't know where I'm going. Now I know where I'm going. I still don't know where I'm going. Ugh. It says I've got 1 viewer, and then it also says I've got 3 viewers. Confusion intensifies. I know exactly where I'm going. But then again, I don't know at all where I'm going. Ugh. I'm gonna take that so I can drop my ammo when I get out. Fudge! Give me the tablet. There we go. Fudge! Double fudge! With a cherry on top. I know that I'm probably going to die now. There's a laser point on it. Hey! Hold on, I'm grabbing the ammo so that when I get out I have tons. Let's go! Yeah. I'm following you. With a gun in hand. So all I know is that there's an 079, but that's about it. Computer. No, the only people I saw were D class and a scientist as well, another scientist. Alright, have you seen any SCPs at all? Oof. Ah. Yo! Yo, there's another one! Yeah. I'm screwing my life over! They're probably going to spawn, but I don't care. If I had a grenade, I would nade them all. Oh, well, if they do spawn, we know what to do now. You know, if it's active... Aww. Uh-huh. Oh, MTF! Yay! Yes. Hello. Hello, all of you friendly people. Okay. I'm dropping all my ammo. Oh. Success! Almost. Great power outage again. Yee! Okay. Okay, I'm going to drop that, and that. And start moving things over here. Oh yeah, and that. Great. I don't need another one of the guns. Sweet. And I could use a flashlight. No, I need... Hello? What's going on, boys? What's going on? I don't know what's going on, but okay. What's going on? I've been up here escaping. Oh, okay. Yeah, he can be a coward if he wants to. I don't know where I'm going again. We've got dog! We've got dog! Close the gate! Close the gate! I know my maths. I know skill. Oh, what's going on? Oh, you're back. Hello, JC. I've just been, running. Where'd everybody go? Seriously. Guys, hello? Oh. Okay, you're all up here still. Hey! No! I just ate a Milky Way. Yeah, okay, hold on. I just ate a Milky Way and like a cookies and cream cupcake. Oh, nice. Great. Oh, what's this? SCP 400. Thank you for the follow. It's much appreciated, friend. Okay, yep. I threw my grenade to hopefully kill a bunch of chaos. Could that have been a bad idea? No! The spy's dead. Yeah, you can play with me. It is a Joker's Playground. Dang it! How many did I kill with my grenade? Here, yeah, Joker's Playground number 2. Yeah. So how many chaos died by my grenade I threw at when you all spawned in? None? Dang it! If the medic dies, the game is... Wait, no, the game's not over. We have to wait for this D class to die as well. Oh my gosh! What is... I don't know if he's going to live or die right now. Ah, he died. Welcome to, the afterlife, friend. Yep. That was fun. Anyways, back to looking through Twitch and stuff, because... Why not? Let's see. 1.37 out of 3. We're just halfway. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's the reason for the title of this stream. basically, I currently need a average of 3 viewers in the month to get affiliate right now. Currently, I'm at 1.37, so 5, 4, 2, 1. Not the smartest hiding place. And then path to partner. That's going to be hard. Stream on 12 different days. That is difficult because of the fact that I can barely reach that in a month because of my new schedule. Ooh, I spawned with a rocket launcher. Is this my rocket launcher? I don't know. No! Yes, I spawned with a rocket launcher. Is this it? Am I holding it? I spawned with a rocket launcher! That's a flashbang. I don't know if this is my rocket launcher or not. It might be. Cool, Okay, so that was my rocket launcher. Great, when I spawn in with a rocket launcher, the game ends. Great. Oh, well. Woo. This game is so much fun. Okay. Activity, cool. I would use Twitch Studio. However, the fact that I don't stream just on Twitch is the problem. What? You know, I'm surprised by how well this green screen is working. Like, seriously, surprised? Oh, sweet. You join, nice. You better not be a facility guard. I'm a chaos spy. Hello? Hello? Well then. Great start, no communication. Oh, hey! I've never been a spy. Actually, I have. I think it might have been on a different server, though. Hey, I'm a spy! Hey, I'm sorry, Peanut, I'm sorry. No, stop! Oh my gosh. What was that? Oh! Ow! Hello? Excuse me for a moment, I got an itch. Oh, much better. Hello? What, is this section of the facility just abandoned? I think this is, yep. That's where I escaped to. I'm a winner! Luigi, no one! Hello? Oh, hello, D-Class. I just ran into 3 SCPs. Let's go, what? Hey! I was a spy. Now they're dead. Now, we can just arrest him. I know where he's going. This way! I know where he's going. He can't escape. Dang it. Okay, I don't know where he's going. Oh, come on! Ayo. How are you, D-Class? Alright. Upgrade the card. Itch my nose again. Alright, sweet. Let's get out of here. Hello? Dang it! Cherry, do us proud. Grenade. Oh, hey, I'm a friend. I'm trying to be a friend here. Yay, friends. Let's go kill those MTF. Oh. Oh, hey, Larry. No. No, I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that, Larry. No. Hello? I'm just going to go up here for now because I don't want to die to darkness or anything else. I don't know what to do now. I guess I just wait. Good. That could be a good idea. Doesn't look operational. Hello. It doesn't say Jerry's been killed. So that's good. I'm 99. I got into 106 Pocket Dimension and I chose the way and now I'm in a black room. I think you got glitched. Hello? Hello? Oh wait, so you were the doggo I ran into, weren't you? Oh. Sorry about that. You just gotta kill one of them. Ready? Okay, this way. Oh, D-class. D-class. Friendly. They're spy. They're spy. I had to face all three at once. That was annoying. Oh! The nut was right in that elevator. Let's just get you out of here, D-boy. Oh well, let's just keep going the wrong way then. Next snap, perfect. Okay, now where do we go? Let's just go follow the open doors. Oh, are you serious? Alright. At you, admin. Hey. We're friendly here. We're friendly. Okay. Oh, come on. We lost both. Poor D-class. We could have saved them, but we were just running in circles. Oh, grab some flashes. I got grenade. Want to go to kill them? Oh. Oh, not. We're friends. Friends here. Yeah, Larry, I don't think is. He tried killing me and then failed. All right. I forget usually. Oh, hey, Nut. Dang it! Do it, Cherry! We mowed them down! I did my job. Whoa. Hmm. Yay! Keep going, Cherry! Keep going! Here, I'm gonna do something. No, Cherry! You did a good job, Cherry. Oh, look, you did a really good job, Cherry. Good job, Cherry. Yeah, Cherry did a good job. We mowed down like 10 chaos. No, not 10 chaos. 10 empty. I don't know how many we mowed down, actually. We mowed down quite a bit, and, well, we were successful in our job. Scaring. Yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that. And yeah. Good job, Cherry. I'm stuck in a black hole. Please help me, please. I applaud Cherry. Cherry did a good job. Yeah! I'm now the lesser version of myself last round. Alrighty, 914. That's good, that's good. Ah, fudge this map. It's this fudging map. Ugh. Oh, hey, computer. How are ya? Hey, computer. How are ya? Are you good, friend? No! You'll never take me alive. Don't go that way. Oh, hey, Cherry. Good job last round. You don't want to go that way? You don't. Oh, you don't want to. No. Cherry! Hey, how are you guys? We found 914. Oh yeah, there's two dogs I should mention. So, how are you? Yeah, I had to pass two dogs. That was fun. As you can hear. Yeah. Oh. Yes, yes, there is. I ran into both. That was fun. Da 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 da. Probably. I'm streaming on like 20 different platforms. Of course it is. It's my mic. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dang it. Da 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 da. Whoa, I'm going to 914. Helicopter boy, yeah. Mmm. Great. Great. That's just great. That's just freaking great. I am escorting. No, Cherry, come back. No, I didn't want you to get bit. I don't know where Cherry went. Trying to help them though. Uh. Hmm. Come on. Cherry, where'd you go? I want to help. It's kind of hard when I can't find you. Uh. Oh. Hmm. Well, this stream has become uneventful. And yes. What the? Ah, it's one of those dang Tesla gates. Somewhere in heavy. Hmm. Uh. I am on Joker's Playground number 2. No! Aw. Well, great. I want to help Cherry. I failed miserably. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh. Wah. There we go. Perfect. Oh, that was good. Yes. Oh, excuse me for a moment. Am I unmuted? Okay, I'm unmuted. Good. Well. Don't worry, I am the cure. All this is gonna be fun. I don't know what's going on. But I've now got a viewer on YouTube. Oh. Oh. Oh, come on, again? I will help you, Jerry, unless you're MTF. And I'm sorry. I must kill you. Wait. Okay, well then. I'd like to reveal my true form. I'm guessing this is a I don't know what to do. Um... Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe I didn't trigger him. I can't believe I didn't trigger him. It's this way. Hello? 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 Great. They must have made it light already. You know what? I'll take the upgrade. So, I'm a spy again. Great. Hello? Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Hello? Oh. Guess you can't save them all. Ha 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 ha. You know what? I'm just going to get going. No, not. Please, no. I'm a spy. I'm a spy. My friends have come. No, I'm a spy. I'm a spy. I'm a spy, guys. I'm a spy. Hello, help. I don't know what just happened. But I'm alive, so. Hello? No! No! Yoo-hoo! What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Please, no. No, Larry, I'm not after you. Please. Hello? Oh, hey. I've got an 05. Wanna go nuke? Now I definitely want to. Yeah. I've encountered every SCP already. Oh, hey. Oh. Oh. Oh, I thought I heard something. Okay, okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Whatsoever. Hello. Hey, 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 hey. Who are you? Okay. Hello. Okay, then. Hello. I like the look of the dead D class. It adds to the Hey. Nothing much. Neat. So do I. Of course it is. Woo! Hmm. Oh, hey, doggo. See ya, doggo. We need to go turn on nuke. Hey, we win! No, wait, that's a stalemate. Woo! Oh, that was good. Um, what was that? Second time being a spy? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Well, that was fun. No, you will deal with my trashy mic because of everything. Wait, can somebody record how trashy my mic is right now? Hello? Can you guys hear me at all, or is my mic just horrible? Hello? Hello? Oh, what's that? Sorionic, however you say that. Oh, hey, how are you? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Heyo. Oh. Hey, what's up, man? What happened here? Wait a second, I know exactly what's going on here. They've got... I don't have enough. Hello? Oh, hello. Too bad. Ah, so do you. True. I do have a card, but the scientists have a gun and I can't go upgrade it. Got it. Thank you. Why thank you. Yeah. Imagine if they did add movement. Seriously, how bad does my mic sound in-game? I want to know. Yeah. Yep, yeah. Oh no. It is. That means something came down here but left. And this card has no checkpoint access. You want to go see 914? No, okay. Oh, hey, how are you? Thank you. Oh. I didn't press anything. Why'd you leave him? Okay, I know exactly where to go. Not really. Yes. Dude, if we find 096's thing. Oh. Oh, hey, how are you? Great. Nice to meet you too. Oh! This is a plus. I see this as an absolute win. Oh. Oh. No. I don't have subs as well, so haha. Gotta wait another 50 years for those things. Okay, that was a grenade. That was a second grenade. I don't know where I'm going. It's like I subbed to you on Twitch. Ha, joke's on you. I don't have subs yet. Guess fudge. Oh, there we go. What? Yep. Hey Ben, it's pasta from your game. You are homo. Cool, I don't know what homo means, but I'll take it. I mean, the longer you know me, the more you'll realize I really don't know much about social things or sexual things. Oh jeez! Oh jeez! Oh jeez! Other way! Oh no. Am I still a target? Am I still a target? Homo means you appreciate someone. Oh, alright. And sure. Yeah, wait a second. Sweet! You have to have your light out when it turns dark. Whoa. Sweet then. Sure, then yeah, I don't know. Maybe I am. I've been told. I've been told many things before. Um, People have told me things. They told me what the meaning was. And then apparently that was just a complete lie, and that meaning is meaningless. And means something entirely different. I cannot speak today. Woo. Alright, this might have to be my last round. Alright, well. I just checked. If you don't mind me asking, do you not know many social words because you chose not to, or mainly because I am a very antisocial person. I go to school. I have my friend group of like 4 different people. That's it. I do not speak to many people. Yes. Let's just go do some tests. We need the resources to do the tests. I don't have a gun. Oh! I'm out of here, I'm out of here, I'm out of here, I'm out of here. Screw this place, I'm out! So yeah, it's mainly because of just me being antisocial. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. Alright, cool. Sweet. Yes. Awesome. Fair enough, I'm the same way, yeah. You know, I don't know how many times things have happened, but uh, there was one stream I did. I was playing Minecraft, and somebody asked me about something, and I said I didn't know what that was. My friends in the Discord call were all like, do not search it up, whatever you do. I was like, okay, fair enough. The exit is everywhere but nowhere. Screw this facility. Oh, hey. Sweet. I guess it's just us. Zone manager. Yeah, I could have found 096's chamber and used this key card to get out, but it doesn't. I have a scientist key card as well. Oh, hey. There we go. Inventory cleared. Woo. What's the escape time? What's this escape time? I've got 1 viewer on YouTube again and 2 viewers on Twitch. Awesome. More viewers on Twitch I have, though, the better, because I can get closer to affiliate, which means 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Awesome. Oh. Well, my inventory is completely full of everything, so. Alright, let's go kill those SCPs. And D-Class. Yeah, same. Well, I do. Oh, look. Yeah. Let's go this way. The elevators are the other way. Or... Oh, sweet. Yeah, there. Oh, sweet. Backup. Let's go. Alright. Alright, sweet. Yeah, 3. Okay, now 2. I bet it's a computer. Oh, was that a dog I heard? What? Yeah. Oh, you're back, JC. Hello. I'm gonna go equip a suppressor. Sorry, I just left. What do you mean you just left? There we are. Alright, I got my suppressor. That's why. doing. But I'm doing something. Sorry about that, cause my bro and dad were just talking about science for some reason, like E equals MC squared and why auroras don't happen like that. Alright. Cool. I really don't know how to reply to that. Do 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 do. Activating the nuke, cause well, why not? Brr, brr. Alpha Warhead. Emergency detonation sequence engage. The underground section of the facility will be detonated in T-minus 90 seconds. Oh, guys, I found Larry. I found Larry. I found Larry, everyone. Oh! That scared me. I found Larry. I choked on myself. I don't know what we were talking about. You know, do either of you have an 05? Does anybody here have an 05? You're stuck in the safe room. What do you mean? Anybody have an 05? Oh, there's our sacrifice. We need to get generators. By the way, did you mute desktop on purpose on accident? Desktop's not muted. It's just being stupid again. Oh, fudge. Oh, excuse me for a moment. Oh, more backup. Great. I'm going for it. YOLO! Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. Mic is fine, but in-game sound isn't existent. Yeah, I know. Fudge. Fudge. More fudge. Oh, and now you're playing Universe Sandbox 2, of course. I'm heading down. I just want to get an 05. Where is 914? That's GR18, not 914. And I'm afraid that decontamination is going to start. It's Still doesn't look operational. Oh, of course, it's one of these roundabout maps. Okay, I don't have time for that. Or do I? No, I don't. I don't have time for it. Whoa! "106 is dead!" 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm opening up all the generators. Yeah. What? I don't know. I'm just looking for tablets. Oh. Of course the way I die is to a Tesla gate. I may or may not have decided to run into a Tesla gate. Oh, it's so nonsense. Fudge. You know, it's funny. I survived a 106 and decontamination, but I died to a Tesla gate. Hmm. Well, I've got to go, everybody. I'll see you another time. And that means the stream is now ending. Good night. Yeah, good night, JC. Anyways. Okay, I don't have a webcam on here. Oh. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Those on Mixer, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you are. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I just opened up a video. Never mind. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. See you tomorrow. Yep, I'll see you tomorrow too, JC. Yeah, as I was saying, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. It was tons of fun. Might be doing some NPM tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure. Probably going to be working on editing videos all tomorrow because, well, I think it's like, I think I have at least a day's worth of footage. Like, seriously, 24 hours of footage to edit from streams. Anyways, enough of that. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the stream again. And I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.